And we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to Play or Pass. And I'm here, so Alban won't have to complain about talking too much. So hey, thanks for everyone joining us here for Player Pass. And if you've not watched the show before, what we do is we'll review a movie. And this week it is the new Indiana Jones, and we'll talk about it. We listen to the other people that are in the side chat, listen to their comments. So we'll figure out if this movie would be a play or pass in your opinion, and as on ours. So how's everybody on the panel doing today?
I'm
good.
well.
Everybody's well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Last week somebody was bad. We won't name anybody, but we were missing you.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling. I was under the weather.
Yeah.
I did watch the show after the fact, and I heard y'all talking shit about me. So I did catch all that. So and I did not get my. I did not copy paste off of IMDb. And I didn't get to talk the whole show yesterday. So yes, I wrote about 3 paragraphs and gave it to Alvin, so he had to talk. So, and yeah, the rambling
was
on
too
even
much
when he's
talking for
away.
me.
I caught that
Yeah.
part too. Beach. So yeah, I was laughing. I was like, I said my boy's busting my ass even when I'm not there. So
Hey.
everybody's doing well today. Yeah.
No, I've not been around for freaking weeks, so I, several
Yeah.
weeks worth of venting. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get to vent today. I can hardly wait.
Oh boy.
Oh, so
Oh boy.
So yeah, today's movie, which was voted, or I want to say voted, it was on the wheel last week, and so it was the new Indiana Jones. So we're going to be able to watch that, uh, see what everyone's opinion on the new Indiana Jones. What would this be? Is this the 5th one?
Mm.
Yeah.
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 5th Indiana Jones.
Yep.
So we'll see where it goes. So you guys ready to go ahead and get things started on that?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah. Why not? We'll chat about other stuff after the stuff.
Okay. All right.
After the
So.
movie. Okay.
All right,
Let me
so
how
got that
our banner
open.
up
Yep,
here.
yep. So I'll let you guys go ahead. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
So let's go
Start
first.
at the bottom with Eddie.
Yeah,
What was that
Mr.
about?
Ed, what's your thoughts?
Okay. I've seen a couple of Indiana Jones. It's not really my type of movie, but this one I really got into. But as I was getting into it, I seen there was a lot of, like some holes in it. Like there was one part that Indiana Jones, he jumps in a car, which is a right-hand drive. He arrives at destination, and it's a left-hand drive.
Oh, and I missed that
Mm.
part. Damn, that was a
Uh,
good catch. I didn't catch that one.
And then there's another one.
Where were they? Where
I
were
think,
they?
I think you were not in Sicily.
Was that
in Morocco?
was that when
Morocco?
when they were the Nazis, or
Yeah,
was he drove the Nazis?
yeah. And another one, he was in a fight. He was fighting, and all of a sudden he didn't have his whip, on his belt, and he gets up and he walks out, and he has the whip on his belt.
Yeah.
I'm saying, well, wait a minute.
Well,
Then,
it's a magic whip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Magic.
It is. It is a magic whip. It always is there with his hat. It always
Yeah.
they always come
Yeah.
together.
Another one, which was a mind bender for me. When they were on the boat, they threw the dynamite in the bottom of the boat. The boat blew up, and then
Yeah.
they jumped in the yacht of the Nazis. Okay,
Mhm.
and then on the way, he says, "How much gas do we have?" He says, "Well, we're full." He says, "Okay, we're going to Sicily."
Yeah.
And then the Nazis, they get in a dinghy with
A
I
dinghy.
think a 9-hour motor or something like that, and
Yeah.
they arrive at the same place. It's
Yeah, it was all the right.
virtually
Yeah,
the same
because it went
time.
all the way
I
around.
say, gee, that dinghy can go. No,
Yeah. On
Yeah.
they have like such a
Uh,
huge tank of
another
gas
one,
they carry.
oh yeah, maybe the dinghy you had was full of gas. But Phoebe Waller, every time I was watching her acting, this is one of the first ones I've seen where she's really done a good job of acting. Every time I'm watching, I was always saying she's going to turn around and talk to the camera like she did in Fleabag. I'm saying, so she did a good job. I liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah, she definitely did a good job.
Yeah.
I don't think she did that. I don't think that character she didn't make us like her at the end though. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
like she was obviously you like think she's annoying and like kind of don't like the character at the beginning, and then kind of turns around. But I didn't really wasn't really bothered by her by the end. But I did think the acting was she was really good at. She was really good in the movie. I love how there's always got to be a kid in it as well. Every Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
there's got to be some little high tech kid.
Always.
He's got to have some sort of smarts.
Yeah.
You know what's funny as well? I just started watching Loki, catching up with Loki, and there's a guy in it. It's the kid that plays Indy, the one from the Goonies, the one from the first one.
Oh yeah.
He's in it.
The Chinese guy, right?
It's funny how I just like the first time I've seen him in something for years, and then the next thing I know, I'm watching Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, since everywhere, everything all at once, was his big comeback to the cinema, and he's been all over the place since he came back.
Yeah.
And his voice is still the same.
Yep.
Did anybody sit back and watch the credits at the end?
Some of them, because they were really long.
A lot of people in that movie.
A lot of people
worked.
A lot of locations. A lot of money was spent. A lot of money was spent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shot during COVID, wasn't it?
It had to be.
It had to be. Yeah.
I believe it was. Yeah.
But I thought it would have made more than it did.
Yeah.
They had special credit for the COVID on there in the credits. That means it was made under the
COVID protocol.
COVID protocol. But the cinematography was great. I liked it. There's a lot of CGI in there, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot.
Now, I watched one of the making type things, and they were, of course, all of the work that they had to do for Indy himself, making him look young again, and all that. That was amazing how they did that. You really got to take your hats off to them. But I feel bad for all these other people that sat there and were complaining about the AI taking this stuff over, and Indy's ready to do another movie. He said, "Hey, I can sit home and and still make coin." That's what's gonna happen. Yep, just send a check.
Well, was it de-aging or was it just AI, straight up AI?
I think it was straight up AI. I think.
Yeah, I don't think you couldn't do a full movie of AI. I don't think, because you could tell. I mean, it would look really good. It looked really good, but they just when he started talking, you could kind of tell because I don't think they've kind of got the mouth. They don't have the mouth movements correct yet. Because you could, as soon as he started talking, you were like, "All right, now you can tell this is like AI." But before that, it looked really good. It looked really good.
But this is like one of the first movies they did that. So
yeah, it's one of the first movies I've seen it in.
Right.
Well, they did that earlier one where they did what was that Scorsese movie? Where they, where they did
God, what was the name of that?
De Niro and
De Niro, Pesci,
the other
and
guy.
Yes.
what the heck is the name of that movie again?
The Departed? No.
Way after that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the first one that I really know where they spent a fair amount of de-aging the main characters.
It's his last 3-hour movie. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah.
Todd, you got IMDb there open.
What? I do.
Yeah, so check out the
Scorsese. See, I didn't. All right, let's see.
Oh.
All right.
What's it? Score. SOC. No. SC.
When you had MAR, it popped. There it is, right there.
Yeah, I did the O. I forgot the S or the C. So you said what the hell? Get off of there.
Martin Scorsese, and we're gonna look for that other.
Like his last movie.
Yeah.
No.
No, because this one's out right now.
Yeah.
What's below that?
Well, I'm not seeing it yet.
That's all the way to 2021.
Yeah, it was
It
longer
would
ago
be,
than that.
Yeah, it was longer ago than that.
The Irishman.
Irishman. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, uncut gems. Oh.
You still hate that movie? Have you ever gone back and watched it again?
Yes, I had, and I hate it less. But the music.
I don't like it either.
The music is distracting in it. The music doesn't fit. The music is way too loud.
Okay.
And it's just
stupid.
It makes me anxious because he's doing stupid shit constantly.
How did you feel about the music in Indy?
I actually liked it because it made me feel like the old Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Every time John Williams came on, you were
John
like,
Williams is just, he's incredible. He really is.
They kind of teased it in the most of the movie.
Yeah. It was little bits of it they would give it to you, but I mean, the whole feel that to me it gave that feel of the old one. Because the last Indiana Jones to me,
King of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, wasn't that with his son? Wasn't that
Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah.
It is just like no, but this one
they killed them off.
That took me back to the original Indiana Jones feel. It had the feel. It had when we talk about the cinematography, the exact set that what do they call that? It's that yellowish orange look of
like
a lot
sepia.
Of stuff. Yeah, sepia. Yeah, that sepia look. It has that a lot throughout the thing. That smoky, dirty look, like dirt in the air, like when they're Morocco or wherever. And it was that feel. So I've seen it 3 times now, I believe, and not at the level of the originals because those were the first time I'd seen those, but this was at least close to it and the same feel. And it had that Raishi guy, the guy that was his taxi cab.
Yeah.
I liked it when I liked when they brought back those old characters from the original. I loved that aspect. And like remember when that guy's like, "Oh, you're that one that killed him," and then the driver just like pow busts him in the head, says, "Come on, Indy, let's go." And again, the feel of the original Indiana Jones.
Did the last one really screwed up that much for you?
I don't want to say screwed it
because
up.
I don't even remember it. I don't even
there you
remember
go.
It. Yeah,
I liked it.
I just didn't.
I've watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull several times.
Yeah, I just didn't like it as much as I liked the other, and I don't know if it was Shia didn't do it for me or
maybe Shia, because a lot of people.
Shia.
I like him.
Yeah,
but a lot of people just don't like him.
In that role, I just didn't care for him. And
I really think their plan was to have him take over.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was.
But he went off the wacko deep end. He did a Charlie Sheen, and now he's done.
Yeah, and I liked
it.
Now they fucking killed him.
At the tiger blood, baby.
Exactly.
Well, and then I did like where they brought Antonio Banderas in this. He was funny. His character was funny. But again, it was a little bit funny. Again, over the top. A guy that like when the Nazi gets knocked off the train. with that pole or that.
Yeah.
There's no way you're living through that. But
Right.
you know, he didn't even have a scar from it hardly. So there's that far-fetched stuff that was kind of. But I
that's in
enjoyed
every Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah,
it
but
I mean,
I enjoyed it.
It's a comic book movie.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. So
Did anybody find the subtitles at the beginning were like out of sync a little bit?
No, because they were, depending on which ones you were using, if you remember it, a lot of the stuff in the beginning was in German.
Oh,
yeah.
I use forced English, and it works fine on mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I know somebody turns the subtitles in.
Yeah. The only thing is, I had to go and turn on the subtitles because at the beginning with the German.
Right.
But I did. Beach, when you created that teaser for this, it says, "Guess who he's fighting again." You guessed it, Nazis.
It's always Nazis.
It's always the Nazis.
Always Nazis, and it's always snakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But this time it wasn't snakes.
It was eels.
And caterpillars.
Yeah.
Remember
And
those?
I love that.
Millipedes.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I love how offended she got, like when they were doing the auction, and the German comes in and he says to him, "Oh, you're still a Nazi," and she just she's like, well, she's like giving that look as though you can't say that.
All right, now that everybody's had their love fest.
Okay. Here it comes.
Okay, what's the very first thing you see when you watch this movie?
Nazis.
They put the bag over his head. They captured him.
Yeah.
At the castle.
All right, wrong, and wrong. You get the warning message contains depiction.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna see. Yeah,
right.
we did. We did.
If nobody's watched the latest freaking South Park movie that's come out called Panderverse, it ties in perfectly with what I'm just getting ready. So at 1 hour and 30 minutes and 15 seconds, the Nazi lights up a cigarette. Oh my God. And he takes a couple puffs. So, okay, has it got to the fucking point in movies where, warning, this contains bread. People have gluten issues better watch out. Or caution, this movie has peanuts. People with a peanut allergy might get,
watch it.
So, yeah, or warning, this contains bullets, which contain lead, which have been turned to make developmental growth in young children. I mean, seriously. The thing is, the movie is taking place in 1969, and they only showed one person smoking.
Right. That's the fucking.
It's 1969. People were smoking in fucking hospitals.
Everywhere in the hospital.
Smoking everywhere. But they have to put a freaking warning in for an hour and a half into the movie. A guy lights a fucking cigarette up. I mean, holy shit. I mean, because when I saw that, I was like, I got to see how much is smoking. So naturally, I paid attention to it, and it's 1 hour and 30 minutes and 15 seconds. He lights up a freaking cigarette. So, if all those snowflakes in the world, oh my God. So that I was like, are we really getting to that point in movies now where we're going to start seeing crap like that?
Well, they say all about with the flashing lights too,
I mean, I can understand people that have epilepsy. Yes, that could be.
But you should know better. If you watch TV,
I don't have a warning about the flashing images, but seriously contains tobacco. Warning somebody smoking. Holy shit!
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I really did enjoy the movie, but as soon as I saw that in the very beginning, I was like, it immediately pissed me off.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
We both mentioned that as soon as we saw that. We both, Blue and I both were like, "What?
Are you joking?"
I noticed it too, but then I never noticed it. I forgot about it, and when the Germans smoked, it didn't even register.
Yeah, that's right. Redneck's right. He goes, he didn't see a warning about cocaine and Cocaine Bear.
Right.
Yeah. Very valid point. I
Seven.
now that is
Surely that couldn't be the reason that didn't turn you off the movie, surely.
Oh no, I enjoyed the movie. I gave it a play. I liked it, but it just pissed me off. Why the hell? So that's what I said. No, if you haven't watched this latest South Park Panderverse movie that has been released, because they actually include Indiana Jones movie in this Panderverse thing. So it's oh my god, I saw that warning and I'm like, what the hell?
I feel like they put that in there for you, Beach, because they knew that you probably would like the movie, but they need something to give you to moan about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why I don't put my camera on, because I'm using smokeless tobacco. And any people on the freaking side check, they can go into seizure with me holding up something.
Yeah, well, you might
product.
You over there doing that tobacco type stuff. You might get some kids to want to do it.
Kids, addicted to it.
Yeah. So
Nobody's vaping. Come on, start vaping a little bit.
If I have to, Ed. Twist my arm. Was it my turn?
Yeah. You can go.
All right. Well, I like the movie. I think it is the fourth best Indiana Jones movie. I put it above Crystal Skulls, but what everybody said, the cinematography was great. There was plot holes, but it's an Indiana Jones movie. The very first one had people. They found the Ark of the Covenant, and he melted Nazis with it. So you gotta suspend belief when you watch Indiana Jones. I had heard how bad the CGI was, so I was waiting for it to be really distracting, and I thought it was great. So I don't know what all the people that were bitching about bad CGI were talking about, because I didn't think it was distracting that they de-aged Harrison. I think it's came a long way since The Irishman when they did it with De Niro. When they did it to De Niro, it was horrible and it was distracting. But I thought they did a good job with this. And I was the one thing that I didn't like is that they killed off Shia LaBeouf's character. So that's done, and it feels like they're trying to set it up for Wombat to take over the reins. And I don't think I would watch a movie with her as the lead heroine in it. Yeah, not for me.
Well, I had read that they've got no plans to make Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford in it, because because he's just such a good job as that character that I think that Steven Spielberg said they wouldn't do that, so they wouldn't do a remake or continue it without him in, which I don't think it would. They definitely wouldn't be as successful, would it?
No, absolutely not. I did like seeing like Dad said, John Rice Myers or whatever that guy's name that's on the screen now, and the his assistant guy, the Toby guy, the junior
Toby Jones.
Toby Jones, yeah.
Toby Jones, yeah.
It was great seeing him again. It was a fun movie. It was a little long. It was like two and a half hours.
Yeah.
It didn't seem that to me.
No,
I gotta say I really enjoyed it, and I thought that the time went right by. I didn't have to keep checking the time.
Yeah, I didn't really check the time either, but it was long.
It moved. Now the only thing I wish they would have CGI'd was when you saw a shirtless Harrison Ford walking around in his underwear.
Dude,
that would have been nice.
He's 77. He looked great.
I don't care. They should have CGI'd it and put a shirt on. I mean, to put it this way, if anybody's going to have a fit, it ain't going to be the tobacco. It's going to be a scene of shirtless Harrison Ford.
Well, and I think with Andrew Marshall's posting here about a little bit pointless. He felt like the movie was a bit pointless. But I also think that we go back to the same topic that we've discussed on this show numerous times, and that's instead of trying to come up with something new, it's easier to rehash a known winner you know,
Yeah.
and we're gonna make a new Little Mermaid because how many people are gonna watch it because of the name, or we're gonna make a movie that we've already known that we've had this many sequels, so let's make another one because we know we're gonna at least get this many people instead of taking a chance on something new. And I feel like this, I mean, not that it was bad, but it was just like, do we have to keep rehashing and the same people in the same, not the same storyline, but somewhat the same. I mean, it's the same cookie cutter. You just put some different sprinkles on it.
Yeah, but
there was an article I was reading. Scorsese just gave about his new movie, and he was talking about why he doesn't do a lot of movies for the major studios is because all they want are franchise movies. Want to be able to make a movie, they can make a franchise in it. Scorsese says he doesn't like to do that. He doesn't make franchise movies, so that's why he goes out for independent funding, so he can make original content because he doesn't want to have to be making Goodfellas 5.
Right.
I'd watch that though. By the way.
Oh, I would too.
Not for me.
Don't tell me you haven't seen Goodfellas.
Is it my turn to talk about this movie?
Wait, did you see Goodfellas first?
Yeah.
Right. My turn to talk about
Yeah.
Did you see
So
Goodfellas?
I'll take that as a no.
Oh,
holy shit!
Man, Goodfellas, another classic.
Guys, I told you, man, I'm gonna watch it the day before my 40th.
Have you ever seen any of the Godfathers?
Listen.
Oh,
my God!
About this movie.
This has got nothing to do with Indiana Jones.
Did you see the first Indiana Jones?
Of course.
He wasn't born yet.
He wasn't born yet. I know, right?
Here's the thing. For the next wheel pick, we're all picking mob movies to put on the wheel. Andrew will put on whatever he wants, a Little Mermaid or whatever. Everybody else put a freaking mob movie on.
All right. Andrew, your thoughts on the movie?
Right, I'll tell you why Dial of Destiny and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull actually did okay. It was because of Harrison Ford, because he loves playing this character, and he's really good at this character. And like if you look at the two stories and like compared to the other ones, just like this, they seem pretty ridiculous. And like this one, the Dial of Destiny, pretty much the dial was pointless, wasn't it? If you think like when you get to the end and you realize what Archimedes made it for, it's like, right, well, that just seems really pointless, the whole thing. But I still like the movie because Harrison Ford was really good in it, and he's really good as Indiana Jones. And then actually the way it was shot, Todd, you were saying, it reminded you of like the older ones, and that's what it did to me. That it made us want to go back and watch the other ones.
Yeah,
it definitely. I probably would agree with Roger. I'd put it above the Crystal Skull, definitely. But and like Owen said, I wasn't really like stopping it and seeing how long was left on it. Even like it didn't feel like 2.5 hours long. Once you get into it, I did think that some of the chase scenes were a little bit stretched out.
Yeah, the tuk one was way stretched out.
But it was funny.
Yeah, I was thinking it was still good though, but I was just thinking, God, this probably could have stopped here. But that one, the tuk one, probably was where you could tell the CGI. There was a few bits like when they were like transferring from car to car, and when he crashes the little thing at the end of the chase, you can like kind of tell the CGI there. But like for the most part, I agree with Roger. I thought it was really good. Obviously, the AI at the beginning, they did a great job of that. You can only tell when he was talking, really. But I just like Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. I think it's one of his best. It's universally one of his best characters he's ever played.
Yeah. Oh, really? Overhand?
In my opinion.
Overhand?
Yeah, well, he does, but he doesn't. I don't think he really. He's not really that passionate about playing Han Solo, is he? Otherwise, he wouldn't. Like, he didn't want to be in the trilogy, did he?
He wanted to be killed. He asked
Yeah.
to be killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if somebody came to him with a decent script for Indiana Jones 6, he would do it.
Yeah. Well, after this, he sure can.
Well, I
Yeah,
already
I
gave
like
him a plot idea for Indiana Jones 6.
Yeah.
It was in my Pop Wars.
Yeah.
Does he fight the Nazis?
No,
Mhm.
he battles open a jar of metal muesli so he can have a decent bounty.
But I thought, like I said, I did enjoy this one, and the story was like, I didn't really, I wasn't really there for the story, to be honest with you. I was just there for the characters, and I liked the supporting cast was pretty decent as well. Even though like a lot of the I actually was surprised Toby Jones's character got killed off, but I guess that's the way to introduce his daughter as like the new sidekick.
Mhm.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would probably watch it again, and it definitely makes us want to go back and watch the rest.
Yeah.
The director of this said the only advice Spielberg gave me is to make the entire movie feel like you're watching a trailer. So he wanted, make it action packed, a lot of action.
Yeah, that's why the first hour was just chasing through the bloody train.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the train, on top of the train.
Running
I,
around.
I like the
Beside
horse
the
in the
train.
train. I like the horse in the train. When he was
Oh,
riding the
yeah.
horse in there, that was crazy. I really enjoyed the movie. I really did. And it was for the story because it was interesting to me to think about this dial and, okay, we're searching all over for it, and then they're trying to plot out where the rest are. That, like they get the tablet and Indy's like, no, this thing is too heavy, and then he melts it and to find the other thing. I love when they do things like that,
Yeah,
and
I agreed.
I loved it. I loved it, for them to be on the way going in the plane and Indy's like, nope, you're going the wrong way, you dumbass,
Continental drift.
continental drift,
It's been 2,000 years.
How about the guy that was asleep with
Yeah,
the kid?
yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't wake up until 7,000,
Yep,
8,000 feet.
7,000 feet going
Yeah.
I thought that was classic, and here they go the Nazis over there shooting machine guns at these guys shooting darts
Those
at
those
them.
arrows from the ship, they
Arrows.
were shooting them up.
Renegade.
It's hilarious. And then to see them turn tail, and run because they're all thinking that, oh, these are dragons. That was good. I really liked it. And then for that whole scene with Indy with the other guy, and he's just like, he was ready to say, no, I'm staying here, because could you imagine how screwed up that would have been if Indy would have stayed?
Yeah, he would have changed everything.
Everything in history,
Yeah.
everything in history would have been changed.
Yeah.
Now I just want to know, well, like that plane that went down there, what happens to that?
I had that
Sure,
same
they
thought.
already used the technology.
Yeah,
That would be a lot to take in,
yeah,
figure out.
But it's an Indiana Jones movie.
yeah. I know.
There's a little bit of magic in all of them.
Oh yeah.
I just want to know one thing. How the hell did that kid learn how to fly a plane by listening to a drunk pilot and using like
Yeah.
pretend clocks and like all of a
Don't
sudden he just
raise your
knows how to fly a
flaps.
plane?
Well, I mean,
She's like, oh, can
apparently-
you? She's like, did you see that? And then she says what type of plane it is over there, and he's like, oh, I've never flown one of those before. And she's like, you've never flown any plane?
We didn't even talk about this girl's character.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was great.
Yeah. Dude.
But it also,
Yeah.
to me, it makes you wonder, why is her character in this? So is she supposed to be the voice of reason versus
No.
the guys with the Nazi undercover
No,
Nazi guys?
yeah, she's like
Because
one of those other people that were with the Nazis back then.
well, she
You know, there
wasn't.
were a lot
I
of
don't
No,
think she was.
she was
I
with
don't
the
think
government.
she was.
No, she
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
She
she was
was
like-
like CIA.
Yeah, because
She
yeah,
came across
the
like
look on
a
her face
FBI type character. Her.
Yeah.
when he said that, you know, he was basically a Nazi, and everyone else was right and you were wrong. I got you.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he came across, like he was portraying himself to her like a professor from like a university, and I
Yeah.
think her whole goal was to get the dial, but like for like a museum or something like Indies
Well, she
Kinda
wanted
was.
for the government, didn't she? She
Yeah.
for the
wanted it
government. Yeah,
for the U.S. government.
Yeah.
But I just felt like then she gets just shot at the end. It's just
Yeah,
like
but it's like she recognizes what he said, that you
Yeah.
know he was basically a Nazi spy.
yeah. I just felt like they could have used her character a little bit more. I don't know. I just felt like it was there, but she wasn't useful.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want to say useful. I'm just trying to think of. I just felt like her character could have been more of a
Done more?
character,
Mm.
but it wasn't, and it was.
I do like how his whole goal was to actually go back and kill Hitler. It's like everybody's goal is to
Yeah.
just go to kill Hitler. Even
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Germans.
Yeah, he's like, I know what he's done wrong, and
They know you
Yeah.
did wrong.
yeah,
Mads was really good in this too.
Yeah.
He's always a good bad guy.
yeah, he plays a bad guy a lot
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
lot of movies, and yeah,
He's got
did
that bad guy face, hasn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since he's there on the screen and he took
Yep.
over the role of Johnny Depp's role in
Mhm.
Fantastic Beasts, they just released today that they're putting a hold on the Fantastic Beasts series because there were supposed to be 2 more movies coming out.
Mm.
But since the last one did so bad, they put a hold on producing the last 2.
Yeah, that hasn't quite captured the same imagination as Harry Potter has. Never really shown an interest in it, to be honest.
Mhm.
I think it's your turn, Todd.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I already went.
Oh, you already went?
I
Then
think
we're
it's- I think
done.
Alban. All right.
Yeah,
The
I'm
only
done.
one thing that I did think
Oh,
about
okay, go ahead.
was
Go ahead.
I did like that he does play into it's part of the script that he is getting old and he can't do all that fighting and this and that
Right.
he did early on, because he does kind of play into, I'm too old to do that. So instead of him, being like 007 and fighting when it's like you're 70, what, and you're swinging like that. No, you'd have
Mhm.
been out of win. So I did like that he embraced that that he was getting older and he couldn't do all those things. So that was another aspect that I did enjoy in the movie. I'm like, all right, yeah, you are old. At least you're kind of owning it and making it part of the script.
But he took the hat back again at the end.
Yeah.
He didn't take that.
Well, you gotta take the hat. I mean, it's his.
No. But maybe to go out again. Who knows?
Yeah,
No, he
yeah.
definitely wasn't going out.
He was.
Well,
he was. Maybe she wanted the hat on him.
Yeah.
She's like, I like it on your head when you're.
You
Maybe
figured
she
she'd
was
ask
wearing
for
the hat.
Yeah, right.
She hasn't been in anything for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if she was still alive.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's a cute old lady now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only thing that I did point out when we were watching this with Blue is I said that horse and motorcycle could not be going through racing downtown on all that ticker tape that's all over that thing, because you know how slick that would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you'd have held a bike up with all of
Speaking
that
of-
paper.
Yeah, speaking of motorcycles, how did her motorcycle keep up with the plane that was taken off?
A little bit of magic in all the
Little bit
And
movies.
then she just jumps on it and climbs
Yeah.
in the bloody where the wheels comes up with no problem whatsoever, no damage or
Yeah.
anything to her.
Hey, Schwarzenegger did it, right?
Yeah. She's not Schwarzenegger.
She's a good actress, though.
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, that's here. Talking about Karen
there.
Allen.
Karen Allen. Yep. There she
Yeah.
is. And she's a cute old lady now. I mean, she was
Yeah.
a hottie in Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the original. Let's see where.
Or go all the way back to Animal House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. She's a
Yeah.
hottie in Animal House.
Mhm.
So and she stayed a little bit busy.
Yeah, I mean, she made movies
Well, yeah, she took a little time
mean,
off during the
19, 20, 21, 22. So, yeah.
did a few. All right. So we'll go ahead and do our play or pass on this one. Let me get to the screen here. All right. All these pop-ups. Quit it. All right. So Indiana Jones. So the people over in our side chat, we do welcome you to give a play or pass for this film. So go ahead and give us a play if you would recommend this to a friend or family member, and pass if you would not want to waste your time with that. So you guys go ahead and post over there, and we'll start with Eddie. Eddie, you give this a play or pass.
I'm going to give it a good play, and I think I'm going to go back and see some more Indiana Jones.
Nice.
If you haven't watched them, Ed, watch them. They're good.
Watch them.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen two other ones before, but it's
Really?
a long time.
There's two others that you haven't seen then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Beach. What do you think? Play or pass on
Give
Indiana
it a
Jones?
play. Give it a play.
A play for my man Beach for Indiana Jones. Roger, what about Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny? Play
I
or
say
pass?
nostalgic feelings, play all the way.
Hey. And Andrew, our young buck.
I agree with Eddie, Roger, and the talking clock. A good play. It's got a bit of nostalgia feel.
Good job. Alban, play or pass on Indiana
Play
Jones?
for me, and
Okay.
if anyone wants to go on big screen and watch the others one day, I'm down to rewatch from the start again, because I remember the original was really close and dear to my heart. I love that movie.
Yeah, I remember going and seeing it in the theater.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Remember the Indiana Jones video arcade game
Yep.
Arcade game, yeah.
that was based on Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitfall was the game.
Yeah. That was
Yep.
a ripoff of Indiana Jones. That game
Yep.
was.
It was. Definitely was.
All right, and for me, I will give that a play. Definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I've seen it 3 times, and even though sometimes we picked apart some of the little aspects that was kind of corny, but all in all, good movie. Enjoyed it. So it's definitely another a feel good when you're done watching it. Alban and player pass a Telegram room. What's our vote in on that?
Checking right now.
Well, there would have been 10 plays if somebody on a panel had voted as a play.
Yeah.
Not naming any names.
Mm-hmm.
El Supremo.
Dang, I thought I voted on that. I voted last week.
You're gonna, yeah, you did. But this week, no vote.
Oh, it's a play. I'll have to go back in there and I'll vote.
You didn't have to multitask last week.
I know. Yeah. Plus, I wasn't working, so I had time to write a novel for my.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, so we have a 9-1 there.
Okay, so it'd be
9 plays.
10-1, yeah. So I'll give it a play, and when I get in there. So so this movie, we're giving it a play. And
Right.
we spare no expense on this show. I mean, we've got all kinds of fancy special effects. We got we've got the moving background. So in case you people, we didn't have the thing saying this may cause seizures for people. You forgot that we need to have that running across the bottom, Alban. So maybe next week.
No, I
We're
would have
gonna
put how many people we could drop.
We're gonna invest. We're gonna invest
you have
in
that
AI
moving
next season.
background so for streaming matters. Hopefully, it'll give me a seizure when the show starts and I'll pass out.
Well, then you can continue to watch this show and any other show. So then that just gives me more views on YouTube. So,
We're gonna put we're gonna put the budget up for next season to get some AI in for when Todd's not here.
I know Alban was struggling. He didn't. He does not like it. He does not like it. So, but hey, a great show. So basically a play for everybody. So if you guys not watched it, be sure to check. I saw Dalton said that she has not watched this. It is definitely one that
you gotta watch it.
Check out.
If you liked it, if you've ever watched an Indiana Jones movie and liked it, watch this one because you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
So, all right, this segment of the show, we normally will open the floor to the people who are on the side chat, as well as the people in the chat to talk about other shows that they're watching, other things that may have slid under the radar that we may want to check out for our own enjoyment. So, what's everyone thinking? What's some stuff that you guys been watching and enjoying?
I watched a 3-part documentary called Getting Gotti. It's all about the. I'm sorry, what?
Was it about the sun?
No, it's about getting John Gotti. It followed the FBI, the organized crime.
Yeah, I think
4 different police agencies all had a shot at him, but none of them were working together. They were all independent doing stuff, and it was just interesting, really good.
So you said it was a mini series, though. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's a 3-part documentary.
Okay, all right. So
yeah, I watched it on Plexify. It's on Plexify.
Okay. All right. So some folks can be able to find that. All right.
There's I just started one. I'm like in the 3rd episode now. It came out this year. A show called Blue Light. It's from not the UK, but Ireland maybe. But they all sound like ants. So
Blue Light.
Blue Light.
Yeah, Blue Light was in a TV show. Yeah, that first one on the list.
All right.
Yeah, that one there.
Okay.
Cop show.
Yeah, pretty good. And I think that Roger, you'd like that because I know you don't like them.
Does it have cops in it?
Yes, and I know you wouldn't hate it for that. But if you see how the people, it's like a bunch of you out on the street, spitting at the cops. And I think that's why you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a good show.
Okay.
So far.
Another good one, a TV miniseries called Bodies. You just saw it.
Yes, right here.
Yeah.
That is freaky.
Blue has been watching that.
You like that one, Eddie? You like that one, Eddie? All right.
Well, Stephen Graham, I like that. I like that actor.
He's awesome.
He's a damn good actor.
Yep.
Yeah. Blue's watching that. I don't know. I got through one episode and I said that's not me.
No.
And so she's watching it on her own. It's not. I could just tell right away after the first episode. I'm like,
nah.
Hey Eddie, I started that American Buffalo. That was good. I watched the first episode. That was really good. Yeah.
You only got the first episode, or?
I only watched the first episode.
Okay.
I gotta start the second because it was good.
What I liked about American Buffalo. There's a lot of things in there that Ken Burns brought out that I've never seen before on any other document on Buffalo.
Neither. Yeah. He opened my eyes to a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I finished a movie I started watching this morning called Slapped Straight.
Oh, you watched it?
It has a 9.7 rating on IMDb.
Slapped Straight?
Slapped Straight.
The fuck is that about?
It's
a power slap?
No, it's not a power slap.
It had
Slap,
people.
slap things
right.
into perspective. What the hell?
We were sitting one night in big screen, and we kept seeing the advertisement for this movie when it came out. And Auburn and I have been looking everywhere for
Yeah.
months to get it. And
I think I was there. Was this
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
during
While
this
the-
was several. It was during like one of our fight nights in big
rowdy,
screen.
like one of the big rowdy, rough and rowdy ones? I think.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was advertised during one of the slap fights, and we recently come across it. And
I'm still not watching it.
like you
Oh,
said,
come on.
hey, it meets Todd's criteria of having 9.7 IMDb rating.
Yeah, how many
When was
people
the last
voted?
time-
How many people
Ron,
voted?
The three guys
Hold
that are
up.
in it.
Hold up.
Sometimes those 400,
400.
432.
That's the cast and crew
Yeah,
and moms and dads.
but I might watch that. I mean, it looks like it's just silly.
yeah, I'd probably watch it too. Actually,
It looks
I
silly.
just fucking-
Yeah, it looks silly.
I think I'll play it in big screen.
I will say a show that I watched this week, The Fall of the House of Usher, and I really, Blue and I both really enjoyed this. Edgar Allan Poe, I think based on one of his short stories or something like that. But definitely, it's got the Raven in there. They'll say horror, but it's really not horror. There is some people dying, and there's some blah blah blah, scush. But it's not like you're watching Saw or anything like that. But definitely a thriller, trying to figure out what's happening in the family. Here being
Getting
the
great
Halloween,
reviews.
yeah, it's really good. It is really good. Her and I both enjoyed it, and it's this time of year. We're close to Halloween. Definitely is one to watch. To kind of keep you guessing like what's going on, and you're trying to figure it all out. But I don't like too much of that who done it, so it doesn't. There's not too many like little twists and turns of those kind of things, but enough to keep people that do like who done it's focused in on it, I think. So good. I enjoyed it. It's I think there's 6 or 8 parts, something like that. 8 episodes.
It's a miniseries.
Yeah, well worth watching in my opinion. And like I said, Blue and I both watched it. And us being old folks, we like to go to bed at 9:00. So 9:00
That's
it's bedtime.
Think for yourself.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I'm speaking of me and her, and it's 9:00, and it's time for us to go to bed, right? So we'd watched episode 7, and it was 9:10. It was right after 9:00. Normally, that would mean we're not watching whatever episode is because it's too late to watch it. And Blue says, "Oh, I have to watch this last episode." So, and I'm like, that means we're past our bedtime. And she goes, "I'll risk it. I'm fine." So that was an endorsement to tell you that that she was ready to stay up past our bedtime to be able to watch the last episode because she did
That's
not
cute.
want to go to bed and wait till the next morning to watch it. So
Cute.
Todd, could you look up one there called 56 Up? 56 space up. This is one that I've been having on my list to watch.
this one here,
It's an ironworker thing.
No, not Ironworkers. That 56 Up, right there in red. Yeah.
okay.
That one, it was a thing that they did. I didn't watch it yet. I've been waiting to watch it, but since we're all of that same certain age, I suggest that we all watch this because they pick all these kids, starting from some age. I don't know if you could read it there. I don't know if it was 7 or something like
Yeah,
that.
a group of 7-year-olds children were interviewed in this documentary.
Yeah, and so like every couple of years, I don't know if it's every 7 years they come back, and
That'd be cool.
yeah, and so that
Looks like there are age groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here
Yeah.
56.
Yeah, that it looks like they're your age group. That's true.
Well, not you, Andrew. Sorry.
Okay.
He said his parents' age. That's who it is.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
that's something
So
to.
throw that in your watch list.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not logged in, but I will definitely have to check that one out. That's
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned that Big Brother UK started again. It had been off the air for about 4 or 5 years, and it's going again, and it's awesome. And UK Survivor starts Saturday, the first
Oh,
episode,
okay.
and they've never had a Survivor.
I know they
UK.
haven't.
No.
So
I
this is
don't
gonna
know
be
if I
cool.
could watch that. That
Well,
I,
I'm gonna.
I don't know. And the thing is, you're the one that got me hooked on that Australia,
Australia, yeah.
which is just absolutely incredible.
It's a better show, isn't it?
It definitely is. Definitely
Mm.
is. And I don't know if I could deal with UK. When they start yapping about stuff, I need
Yeah.
subtitles sometimes.
yeah.
I'm pretty good. I almost never, unless they're Welsh. The Welsh ones
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
trouble with.
yeah.
But I think some UK people have trouble with Welsh speakers, don't they? All, Andrew?
No,
No?
well, I don't know. I guess it depends what part of the UK you're from.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think they have a problem with Scottish people speaking people, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
that.
I think
Yeah.
Wales is they're quite slow talking, especially when they speak English.
Yeah.
So it's quite easy to understand them. They elongate every word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do love that Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh, yeah.
We're enjoying that still.
I still
I
haven't
mean,
watched that.
to the point where every Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, I'll
So
jump
you're a
on
big Wrexham fan
iFollow
now.
and watch. Not just, well, put it this way, I can watch the live matches, so I know whatever I'm watching live will be next season's episodes.
Oh,
So
Well,
the way I
well,
look at him, I'm getting a head
yeah.
jump.
Well, I'll tell
on
you. I
next
will
year's
tell
show.
you. If it's probably going to go. It's probably going to go well in the next season. If you're looking at where they are in the league so far,
Yeah.
they're doing quite well.
Do you think you're going to get promoted?
I think so. I think they've got a good chance. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well-
it's just a good story about the whole town and the people.
Yeah.
it's good.
Well,
Yeah.
to me, I think that with the show we watch, that's one of the shows we watch in the mornings before we go to work, and so I think that they do a really good job. You got Ryan Reynolds, who is funny as shit. I mean, I'm sorry, that guy, his comedic timing is so good, and the things he says are so funny. So you have him with some of the comedy, and then some of the episodes where they show. They explain some of that stuff that us being Americans or from on this side of the pond, we don't understand some of how it works, how the leagues work, and how things happen. And so they do a good job of explaining it without making it too sporty. It's about sports, but it doesn't all pivot on sports. It's also about teamwork and about building a community and how the team helps the community and how the community is how its identity is based on how well the team does or how well it doesn't do. That's part of their identity. And so for us Americans, you can like your team, you can be I'm a Jets fan, but your identity when the Jets are sucking ass, your identity in your town doesn't go to shit because the team's doing bad. And so I think that they do a good job with this show to explaining it for us that have never been exposed to those things, to how that impacts. So I think they do a really good job. They had the part where it was about with autism. They had, where they had that one of those episodes. So they pull all these different pieces. So it's not just about football. It's all these other things that's going on. And I think that they do a good job. And even when you saw the part where they talked about the women's league, I loved the
Yeah,
part where they
yeah.
did the women's league, even though they didn't explain if they got to move up. But I liked where you saw the women's league was important.
Well, watch some of the more recent episodes, and you'll find out about. The
Okay,
women's league.
okay, yeah, because
Well,
we're
well,
still
they
working
just
through.
did the last two. The latest two episodes, they did one big segment on a big mining disaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
There, and it's like the 100th anniversary of that
Yeah.
coming up, so they had a big thing, and so it was just, I am not a fan of footy, the game, but I appreciate it, and I like the show, so it actually has me watching it on Saturday mornings.
well, good. Now you just got to buy a shirt.
What I like about Welcome to Worksome, it takes me back to when I was a kid, when I was living in the UK, and I remember the atmosphere in 1958 when the town that I come from won the FA Cup, and everybody was going crazy. You know, I was a soccer fan when I was a kid because I played. Also, the last episode about the mining disaster reminds me of my dad. My dad worked in the coal mines in the UK, and I remember once they had an accident. I was too young to really find out what happened, but I didn't see my dad for a couple of days, and I started asking myself questions until finally he came home. And then, just before I left to come to Canada, my dad took me to the mine where they had the accident. But we didn't go underground. We just went to the mine, showed, the dressing area where they put all their masks and the clothes were hanging from the ceilings and things like that. It brought me back to my dad in 1957, 58. Wow. Yeah. But I love Welcome Back to Work.
Andrew, were you going to say something?
No, I was just gonna say that the like when Beach was saying that he's not really like into the footy. It's more like it just shows like how important like these sports teams are to these little towns and the communities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of like that around the UK, and I don't know. It's probably like that with American football. I mean, I know there's massive franchises in America, but there is still like the little teams. And I know MLS it seems to be growing. Well, from looking at from this
but
side,
MLS is only in big. Those are all in big cities. So I mean, New
Oh,
York,
yeah.
Los Angeles. You're not talking like. See, even the only time I can say maybe that would be in Indiana with basketball, like high school basketball, maybe.
Yeah.
But not even to the extent that it is over there in the UK. So
Right.
for us to talk, all right. So when
But how about like football?
In Texas.
High school football in Texas.
No, well, yeah. All right. So yes, but again, the town it is super super important. But people don't feel less than when their team goes to shit. You know what I mean? Whereas they were showing in Rexon, they were like, our team is terrible, and it was like almost like they felt like it was part of their identity that they. So I think that that part where they did the FA Cup Cup, which I never knew anything about that, and we watched that just the other day, and watching it, and Blue and I were watching, and she goes, "Oh my God, that has to be such a big deal for some of these teams to be able to go against a Premier League or a national or, a team, like they said, what if some, small little town football team gets to play, the 49ers or something, or it's like, holy shit, we get to play against the big guys. And actually, if we can hold our own, and it made me think of March Madness, I guess. When we watch college basketball, where you have those small colleges gets to play against the big boys, and think of the big deal when there's March Madness and we see some 15 seed beat a number 2 seed in college basketball, and people freaking out. Somewhat the same thing, and so I was like, wow, that would be such a cool thing. And
it happened to us. It happened to us years ago. Little town called Hereford. They played my team Newcastle in the FA Cup, and they beat us in Hereford, and it's one of the biggest things in their history.
Yeah.
But it's great when the little towns get to take these big teams, and all these like big superstar players have to go to these little dingy pitches, and like
Well,
not
another
in
thing,
the tiny little locker rooms where they don't have like the padded seats and stuff like that. It's just what we're looking at, Eddie. I can't see Manchester United. Or
You know, the reason why I have this? It's on a magnifying glass.
you found it on the street.
No. I've always worn the Manchester United because I was a Manchester United fan when they had the plane accident, and my favorite player,
in Munich.
my favorite player on the team was Duncan Edwards. He was the goalkeeper, and he survived the crash, but he died maybe about a week and a half after the crash. So that's why I always wear that, because I remember.
Actually, Bobby Charlton, he just died last week.
Yes, I see.
He's one of the biggest, Sir Bobby. Yeah. Him and his brother were from Ashton, which is like 10 minutes up the road from where I live.
Now, another series I enjoyed was the 4-part episode of Beckham.
Beckham. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed that as well.
I've seen that listed, and I just haven't watched it.
Once again, I am not don't watch soccer, but I mean, I've always you've always heard about David Beckham. You know, didn't know a whole lot about him, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all 4 episodes.
Yeah, I've seen it listed on trending.
Beckham.
Oh, Beckham.
Yeah. Beach, did you not know? Did you? I take it before watching this, you didn't know anything about the whole thing with the World Cup and Argentina and the red card.
No, I didn't know anything about that.
He literally was one of the most hated people in the country.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they covered that real well in the documentary.
He had effigies outside of pubs, burning of him and everything.
Really? I thought you guys loved him. I thought he was like.
No, there for a while he was. I mean, if you watch the documentary, there for a while he was the most hated man of Britain.
Yeah, we were in it was a World Cup, 1998 World Cup, and we're in the knockout stages, and we're playing Argentina. And he got a stupid red card. He got fouled, and he was lying on the floor, and then he flicked his foot up and kicked the guy, and he got sent off. And we ended up getting beat on penalties, but he was hated for that.
Wow.
It's amazing that he managed to turn it around and ended up being the captain of the country. And but it was terrible.
Like, once again, you don't have to be a fan of the game, but we in the U.S. we know the name and we know a little bit about him. So I mean, I like stuff like that. And so I enjoyed the heck out of it.
He did, like, obviously he made a big impact when he went to America. Although I didn't realize when he did go to America, I didn't realize that he didn't really have good success straight away, and then he kind of just went out on. I knew that he had went on loan to Milan, and then he went to PSG. But I didn't realize that he didn't want to be in LA anymore because all the players that he was playing with were so bad.
Yep, that's American soccer.
Yep.
Yeah,
now he owns a team for the MLS in Miami.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the reason they changed the rules, didn't they? About having because obviously he was getting paid a lot more than the Galaxy players, and they're only supposed to have a salary cap or something, and then they made it so that they could have one like superstar player or something that get paid.
Does he play on? Does Messi play on his team?
Yes.
You brought Messi in, and I know Messi's been. The team was winning ever since when Messi got there.
Once again, watch the documentary.
Okay. I love documentaries because I do like you feel like you're learning a little something while you're watching.
I think you would enjoy it. I mean, I'm a sports guy, so I'm a sucker for sports
Yep, me
documentaries of any type, and just
It's not too many episodes. I think it's like, was it like 3 or 4?
four
Yeah.
episodes.
It said like 4 hours and 15 minutes or 4:45,
Yeah.
something like that. So for total,
Okay.
It's on Plex.
Yeah,
that's
probably.
it's,
But
that's
It's also on. It's on Netflix.
uh,
If you want to be legal.
Yeah.
for the folks. Yes, we promote Netflix. Watch
Oh,
it on
yeah.
Netflix. It's the only place to watch it. So, all right. Hey, well, we're getting close. So let's go ahead and take a couple minutes, and if anybody has anything to finish up with, because we're at. I know Auburn. We got stuff for the weekend. You want to mention?
not well. I didn't. I know that there's a fight tomorrow. The UFC. It's going to be the Almeida versus Derek Lewis. The prelims start at 6 p.m. and the main card is at 9 p.m. And as for other fights,
What wasn't Nugano gonna
LFA?
be boxing this weekend to Fury? Did I
I don't
see
Tyson
that
know.
Fury, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow?
tomorrow night.
Saudi?
2 o'clock?
No, that was last week, wasn't that?
No,
No, it's,
no,
it's
this
tomorrow.
Um,
Saturday.
Yeah,
It'll be UK time, so it'll be
yeah. 2
early.
o'clock our time.
Yeah.
2 o'clock East Coast U.S. time, Canada.
Francis Ngannou, he's probably gonna get sparked out.
Oh God, he'll be tore up.
Yeah,
They-
I would
they
think. I would think
come on.
Fury's gonna eat his lunch. I would imagine.
Fury is probably the best heavyweight boxer in the world, but I would actually love to see somebody knock him out.
And he's been in there with big kids. That other
Yeah,
other guy
yeah.
that he fought twice, Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
He's a big fella too. You know.
Yeah.
But he's just a masterful boxer. He just knows how to box people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, again, when you take a UFC guy, and I don't care how good they are or who they are, and you put them in boxing, it's not the same sport. It is
Nope.
not.
No.
Yes, do UFC guys box? Sure, they box but
Kinda.
they
Jake
also
Paul
have
proved
other,
that.
they have other. There's other things going on, so it's not just boxing. Where now there's no. You're not taking nobody down. There's no knee kicks. There's no so it's just not the same.
I think Max Holloway would be a decent boxer.
Max
Holloway.
probably would be a good boxer. He's got great hands.
Well,
He's the best boxer in the UFC, baby, as he
For
said.
sure.
Mark on your calendar. You want to mark February 24th of 2024
Yeah.
for the Florida Man Games.
Yep.
Oh my God!
Oh man, that is
With
hilarious.
such events as catalytic converter stealing. It's a little gem we came across the other day, and I said to Aubin, I said, we've definitely got to find a live stream for this.
Yep.
And I think they're gonna have cops fighting first responders, firemen, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's badge versus badge. So yeah, we're gonna have first responder fights. I just hope it's live stream.
At least if the first responder wins, he can give the cops some medic.
Medic.
Guess who I'm rooting for in those fights?
Oh, we know.
But the cop. I think the fight will probably start off with like the cop pulling over the first the first aider and then like asking him questions, and then
Does the cop get a gun though?
That's the only time they're really tough.
All right, so hey, we'll go ahead. Anything before we get out of here, Roger? Anything you want to say before we go?
Watch Big Brother UK. It's awesome. It is awesome.
Beach. Anything before we head out?
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing. Have a good weekend.
Awesome. Eddie.
Everybody have a good weekend. Everybody take care. I just got my yesterday. I got my shot for the flu, the COVID shot. Now I can say I have a sore arm.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What about you, Andrew?
No, like everyone said, enjoy your weekend and go watch Indiana Jones. It was good.
Awesome. Yeah, good point. What about you, Bob?
Everyone have a good weekend. I'll be going away Sunday. I'll be heading out towards DC, Annapolis, Maryland. I'll be
Oh,
heading out to. So
well, be
if you
careful
guys
on your
see
bike.
me, you can, yeah, it's all right.
Which bike you
Right.
taking?
The Harley.
The
Oh
Harley.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
hog.
Yeah, gotta, wake up people and move out of my way. I I can't deal with people sometimes. Move. Why are you sitting there, reading your text instead of driving?
Well, make sure you bring your rain gear because it looks
Yeah.
like you're gonna need it.
I'm used to it. I always have my rain gear.
I did mean to ask you about that part in Indiana Jones when the girl was chasing the airplane down with no helmet on in a full on heavy rain. How
Oh,
bad?
heavy rain. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh! I was looking
that
at
hurt
that.
so bad.
I'm like, you know how hard that hits your face? It's like,
Right,
oh,
right,
let alone all this stuff kicking up behind that
Off the
plane.
plane. Off the props.
right.
Yeah, that's fun. But all right, so thanks everyone for watching, and again for watching Play Our Pass. So we gave this a play. So check out Indiana Jones, and this show is always welcome for to have people that want to jump in on the chat, join our Telegram room, watch it with Alban or some of us that in Oculus, and if you're interested to come on the show and give your own opinion of what you think of some of these movies, if you like it or not like it, there's not a right answer or wrong answer. Only thing we ask is, can you justify your reason? You can't just say it sucks because it sucks. You got to give a reason why it sucks. So again, thanks to everybody. Thanks to everyone on the panel, and thanks for you guys holding down the fort while I was off for sick. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys on the next stream.